Alright, welcome back to Appalachian Dragons Black Mass Saga, which is, of course, our run of Cyberpunk Red, which has gone horribly off the rails. And to keep this track moving, last week, after the semi-successful warehouse raid, where they narrowly avoid assassination by a Arasaka super soldier, decided that they were gonna go pay one of the Elvis that they found, a visit. The crew finds themselves at the Forlorn Hope, which is a known hangout for him, and find their way to his apartment, which is filled with a lot of goodies that indicate that he was investigating the same thing as them, and then started to investigate them. It's also revealed that Blonde Elvis was none other than Adam Smasher, the Night City boogeyman himself. After leaving Smasher's apartment and finding themselves back at the Black Mass, they find the area completely cleared of scabbers in a horrifically violent and somewhat efficient way, with a note that was directed directly toward Bakaneko, nailed to the door. Now, since Barb is not with us, we're not going to go too far into the Bakaneko stuff. But, as always, for another luck point, you guys can rattle off any other details I might have missed that you remember.
Let Tetsukage take, I think we start calling her Oracle, the girl that come out of the crate.
Yeah.
I was re-watching it. You guys called her Zelda.
Yeah, a couple sessions
Oh,
ago.
love that.
Yeah. That was a joke, we don't call her that, but kind of like
I don't know, it works. It works. It works.
The Oracle Zelda, that's like perfect. We also played What the Fuck Is Up With That, and learned a little bit about each other. I'm fading in and out of existence, which is a beautiful metaphor for my mental state. We also... Was the Dance Dance Revolution last week, or is that the week?
That was
the week before. That was at the warehouse raid. Which
Still
you guys still had the DDR machine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is how we
did go look in Adam Alpha Smasher. Adam Alpha Smasher. We did go look in his his office and pulled some physical files out of there. You busted open Mateo busted open a safe to get to him. And then we set it on fire, but I'm trying not to remember that part.
This is before we realized it was Smasher, yeah?
Indeed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Bakaneko got a call.
Oh yes, from Michiko Anderson, formerly Michiko Arasaka herself.
Lovely.
This music took me out. I can't do recaps to the res music.
We left a family homeless.
More than one, right?
And we all laughed about it.
And a little bit of realistic collateral.
I don't know about all of us laughed about it.
Well, a few of us did, and maybe we shouldn't have. I don't know.
I decided, as we were playing it, I'm like, you know what? I'm only going to make them roll humanity loss for things that they actually feel bad about.
Oh no!
Time there. We're all kind of assholes.
Let me introduce you to my new character, a complete psychopath.
Mateo already has so many reds.
How's that a new character?
Yeah, you guys don't know him well enough yet. You'll find out.
It's fine.
I think that's all the important stuff. Isn't it?
Dude has this weird obsession with shoes. Pretty sure he's psycho.
Mhm.
I have not asked a single person to put the lotion on their skin. Okay, you calm down.
Yet. That's what you're doing in that big vat back there.
Yeah,
That's
but
Jergens
you
in
can
the
also-
goddamn tank.
So manufacture cyber skin whenever you want.
You, yeah.
Goes back, like lifts up a fucking clamshell McDonald's style of human skin, just rubs lotion on it, seals it back. Like,
I look at this and I'm like, why is the first thing that popped in my head that if I could make cyber skin, then I'm about to start a new side business. It's going to be for adult toys.
completely.
I mean,
unfair.
I figured that's where the technology started.
Yeah, the first thing that was made.
Guy looked at a sex doll and he was like, I can do better.
Hey, well, we're not
Right.
even started. We're off the rails.
All right. Well, y'all find yourselves outside the Black Mass in a scene of slaughter. How do you
Pantsville?
proceed?
Slowly, scaredly.
Yeah.
Do we have security at the Black Mass yet? Is there a way to see if anybody went inside, or see if we can pick up any visual from what exactly went down?
I remember you guys were working on the turret, but I don't remember if you were doing anything else.
Yeah, nothing I'm aware of. We should take a look around
We
at the
should.
very least.
Yeah, we should. Oh, I forget you're not Dallas. We should. We should look at getting cameras. Like I said, a
Mhm.
very near future upgrade.
CyberpunkRed.
Yeah, I think Xena's right. Let's try to tactically examine our place, make sure there's nobody still here.
Oh,
Presence
Crave.
left.
Crave looked around before we left. Or I'm sorry, before we left off last week, didn't you, Crave?
Yeah, but we didn't go inside. I don't know how much you would give me for rolling a 31 on my perception check, but we at least determined that nothing was alive outside the building that we could see.
Okay. Let's maybe just approach cautiously. Xena will take her heavy SMG out, and if someone will go behind me that's a little better at the small details, and Xena will go in first, gun raised. She's just gonna be ready to
Okay.
shoot anything that may
Perception?
show up. Yeah, but she wants someone to go behind her that's a little better at that. She's literally just looking for threats.
Wait, no, that's the Rose.
For perception, I have a +10.
There it is.
That's good, 'cause I
Anybody
think we're both the frontliners. So if some real bad shit happens.
I mean, mine's not much better on +12.
I mean, I'm all fine with you know.
But
Adam
I guess
Smasher's gonna have like
better's
a
better.
score of 38, so we need to, or this isn't. The White Fox is gonna have a score of like 38, so
What's the fucking door?
Fair
over
enough.
here?
Why can't I scroll side to side? That sucks. Oh, here we go. I'll make this better.
I'll bring up the rear.
Actually, let me see.
Yeah. That's the front door. Let me drop my stuff down.
I think that's the door.
Yeah, it's the door. Yeah. With your perception check that you did, Crave, that is a door now. There ain't nobody here. It's almost eerie how quiet it is, actually.
Fair enough. Oh, I think in game I'm gonna do the thing. I'll look at the to-do list that we have started writing out and be like, well, looks like I could check that one off, and I like visually check off a box that says get rid of the scabbers outside the
Clear
building.
scabbers.
Then we put the turrets out front. It acts as a deterrent, you know.
Objective complete.
Y'all are fucking weird. I'm gonna keep.
You wanted to kill everybody
Anything
up to
from
this
your
point.
lab missing?
Is what missing?
Good question. Anything from the lab?
Oh, from the lab.
Anything from the lab downstairs?
Let's go take a look.
Nah. You can go look.
Dallas's body.
That
Oh
would
yeah,
be
it's still up
something.
there. Yeah.
It is still there. We gotta get our man Brandon a token.
Am I really lagging that bad?
Hmm.
You are
Little bit.
lagging a good bit, I think. Raise your hand.
I think I counted 5 seconds before y'all replied.
Even your audio and your green light are out of sync.
You're out of sync.
Oh,
Ow,
no.
you're out of sync.
I said raise your hand, and I was counting. You didn't do anything, but
I heard you say it, but I didn't do it.
no, it is like 5 seconds. So that sucks, dude. Your ping is so high, it's a pong.
That might no, my Discord.
My Discord did go red for just a second earlier too. Maybe it's a combination of both.
Maybe.
Okay. It doesn't
So
seem
where do
like
we go
anybody's
from here?
You think it's safe to stay here? I don't know what we would do with that Jerkster Thumb at the not Dallas.
Well, if we've got the White Fox and Adam Smasher on our tail, I don't think anywhere is going to be safe. I guess it's as safe as everywhere else. What should our next play be? Should we try to... I want to ask Barbara, but Barbara's not here. What's our next biggest priority? Let's say it that way.
Well, based on what happened when we first got here, I think our biggest priority is going to be getting those turrets up and buying some security cameras. But after that, I don't know, business as usual.
If I can work on the turrets, if you and maybe Bakaneko could go get the cameras, seems like you're would be in your alley. I need to bounce for 1 second.
I do think it would be wise to lay low for a little while. If we can defend this location, it's as good as any other to let the heat die off.
Since I don't want to make any narrative decisions for Barbara, I'd say, given the circumstances, it would be appropriate if Bakaneko went and laid low for a minute.
Yeah.
At least until the drone parade.
I think I would probably help foot the bill for cameras, however much they cost, if Bakaneko could help stand them up.
You can do that. Might need a little bit of a step stool.
I too would be willing to put in.
Let's see if we can figure out how much they cost. I think, argue that we need one in most common areas, like one back here in the medtech area, one outside of it, at least one on the front door on the inside and outside, and then one covering any blind spot on the corner that you can't see from the front door.
I'm gonna draw some squares, see what y'all think. So maybe one here. Oh, well, I'm gonna put X's, not squares. One here in the left bottom corner of the medtech chamber. One here that should supposedly be able to see this door. People coming and going from this door.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I guess it couldn't see right here. But then we know the blind spot's there. We can use that to our advantage to hustle and or beat people.
Yeah. And I would argue that maybe put the camera in the medtech area back here, because then you get the door and most of the open space, like the entryway.
I didn't see your pain.
Just behind in the other corner back here instead of down in that bottom corner.
All right, observation cameras are 500 each, and they require a demon installed to operate them. But they can also see in low light, infrared, and UV.
Okay. I mean, that's fine.
I can cover
I'll at
one
least-
of those.
I mean, I don't buy a lot of stuff. I feel comfortable even covering two. I'll cover the one that goes in my medtech area, and then depending on how many we install down here,
Yeah,
I'll cover one of those too.
So that's two. We've got one more. If you're going to cover one more, can we see the top floor again when you get a second, Ben? Unless y'all want to
Yes,
do
of
that little
course.
room right there. I like that being a blind spot too. There's only one way in or out of that spot.
Yeah, and I don't mind it because it's not like people are going to be able to circumvent it completely. Like, you'll have to enter the camera's range to do anything of import unless you, like, murder someone by the stairwell.
All right, and it looks like a basic demon, a simple demon like an imp or something like that can control a camera would cost around 1,000.
Okay.
But you can add all of the cameras onto one net architecture, so you can just set it all up in one thing.
So it's like the cost of 5 cameras plus one of those, essentially, or whatever.
Yeah, you'll need an AI to run the net architecture for you.
And Bakaneko can't program one of those?
We could do that.
I would say it may still cost money, but I thought that was something netrunners could do.
Upstairs, I would argue that
2,500.
it would be 1,500. Yeah, 2,500 with the program if we have to pay for it.
I think any of the corners would work. You can put it in the stage. If you put it in this corner, it could see down the stairwell here. Guess then it may not be able to see the door, just depending.
Yeah, I was thinking if you did this corner, like the upper left-hand corner, then you would see everything but the doorway. Oh, we lost Brandon. But it would cover the blind spot heading down the stairs. So if we see something go down the stairs and then not pop up on the camera downstairs, like that's, the blind spot, we know they're in that. I would also ask for draw purposes. If we could put, like where this upper area is, if we could put like some opaque glass panels or something up where you're like, essentially, if you wanted to, you could rent the booth and you would not be in direct view of the cameras. I'm thinking like a businessman.
I'm gonna mark this back here. I kind of want to be able to see the door, but I see what you're saying about the if they go down there, if they go in there and they never come back out, we know like where they are.
Well, my other thought was if the camera covers most of the floor, like I have enough money, I want to put one outside too. So if nobody else wants to cover that, I would foot that too. Because if we have something facing out, then the door is kind of covered.
All right, the cost of all the tech together will be 3,000.
Okay. How many cameras does that cover?
That could be 2 cameras, the net architecture itself, plus the demon to run it.
So if we wanted to add a third camera, it'd be another 500, so 3,500 for 3 cameras.
Yeah, for 3 cameras, it'd be 35, yeah.
Okay.
I can throw in for that.
I'll put you in 500. Or Xeno
Okay.
will.
That gives us...
I'll pitch in 1,000.
Okay.
All right, where are we putting these bad boys?
So one is going to go in the top left-hand corner of this map. The other 2 are going to go in the other places I marked for the next on the lower map, and then you're wanting to put one outside, right, Josh?
Yeah, and I'm willing to pay the extra 500 for that too. So I'll throw in.
Oh yeah.
It'd be $4,000 for 4 cameras plus all the architecture then.
Yeah.
I'll put in, if you put in 1,000, you put in 500, you put in 500. That's 2K. I'll cover the extra 2, whatever. Unless we just want to decide. I don't want to decide on her behalf that she covers any of it. So if Bakaneko wants to cover anything later, she could just pay me back some or whatever.
I feel like her brother killing a bunch of people, she would probably be okay with investing in it, but yeah, I don't want to speak with it. Sorry, I just saw Brandon's message. But no, yeah, I don't want you to have to cover 2K's worth. That's pretty fucked up.
I mean, we could start with a basic security setup that we normally do.
Can I raid Dallas's wallet? Does he still have eddies on it?
Ooh.
Might be important later. Do they have my eddies?
Well, I mean, you would have the inventory
Just
that you had when you died.
week, so fuck you.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. That's what I asked is, do they have my eddies that were on my body?
I mean, they should have. There's no way you could have gotten them.
Like 6,000 eddies on Dallas's body.
Dallas
He's
will
covering
cover
the whole
deal. We'll leave him with some. We'll take the other. If you throw in a K, he'll throw in a K, and he'll still have 5. That's not leaving him fucking broke or anything.
I was saying.
What did you do today, boys? We robbed a dead man.
Every other day in Night City.
I like to think that Crave goes, "Oh, wait a second," and then walks down to where he's got Dallas's roll of Eddies like stuffed in a drawer somewhere.
Are Eddies physical? I always thought it was like a digital currency.
In the Cyberpunk game, like some of the items you can pick up that represent them is like a roll of cash. That's why I keep.
Oh, I see.
So since Dallas is covering the last 1,000, I guess he gets to decide where the last camera goes. Do you want it inside, like in the bottom corner on the inside of the door, or do you want it outside facing the street?
We said 8 cameras?
We get 4 right now.
4? Oh, damn. I kind of think more than one outside. Like, if there's a way to position where we can have, like, periphery on 2 sides. Like, don't put them on the building, but put them somewhere else facing the building. I don't know if that's an option, but if we do that, we can have a full 360 view of the place with just 2 cameras, and then we can have 2 inside.
Well, and my thought is, if we...
Go ahead.
Sorry. If we start this way, we can always expand later, like if we make money and stuff, so we're not, like, breaking the bank right now. Just get the architecture set up, cover the interior, and then add to the exterior later if we want.
I would
I feel like exterior is better for security, though.
No, like I think we should cover the door with the one outside. We want to see anyone that goes in, and so we know if they're already in there. We've got 2 more downstairs. Right now, we would have 2 more downstairs that cover. We could see everything downstairs. We could see them. There would be no way for them to get in without us seeing it, except for a singular dead spot. We could put 2
But the dead spot's covered by the upstairs cameras too, so sort of.
That's
like we see if somebody goes into it.
Is there like a range on the cameras? Could you not just do like one in the corner of like the upstairs, for example, that would capture the whole room?
Yeah, they all capture the entire room that they're in.
Oh, it's like they move or whatever? They'll cover corners?
I mean, you have the AI installed into them, so you don't have to keep...
I got it.
If they're rectangular and you put them in there, like, as long as their field of vision is, wide enough, it should be able to see the whole thing.
That makes it easier. Then we've covered 4 cameras, so we already have 1 cover in this room, 1 cover in the open space downstairs, and 1 cover in the medtech area. That's 3.
1 outside.
So we still got 1 more to play with, so we can put 1 more outside to face sort of the street and the door.
And the stat block for the camera does say entire room, so...
So could we set the one up outside to get like the front door and 1 more street? I know it couldn't get the other side of the building, but could it get the front door and the side street? Does that make sense?
You can do that. Yeah, you can angle it. You can like angle it into like a corner or something like that and get it all. Actually,
in my mind, I almost imagine there's like an awning or a covering like at the entrance of the bike mast, and so if you put it like in the corner, it would like cover the approach and the door, sort of. If you put it like in the roof of that instead of in front of the door, if that makes sense.
I don't know, we're getting deep into the logic of it, but would we be able to get like a live update on the cameras via tablet?
I do wonder.
You could get. I'd imagine you could get like some ring notifications. Yeah.
There's a cyber psycho at your front door.
Ding, ding.
Oh boy!
It appears I fixed the lag as well.
Nice.
Solid.
And tell Bach and Echo, like, hit the button, tell him to leave the package underneath the mat. Don't want anybody seeing it. Go about your business.
Just a perfectly wrapped AK-47 where it's very clear what the package is underneath the mat.
Manufactured, not China.
I will try to work on the turrets. I don't know if somebody can give me the help action. I forget if that's a thing in this, but... weapons tech, I assume?
What was it for the turret?
They can be persuaded. I can help.
I actually just had that. I should just have that shit pulled up. Hold on.
Xena can give you some hands. She's got some muscles.
I was just about to say, Xena helps you, but hands you all the wrong things. Every time you ask for something, she hands you like the wrong tool because she just.
Don't just sing the oh fuck, what's the English word? The formation.
I think it means monkey wrench.
Can I put them on? Can I put the turrets on like treaded tank bases and call it a land vehicle tech? Because that's a plus 17. So.
Eventually, we're gonna mount.
Also,
the
just
drones.
because, like,
No, not without a tech ability.
oh, insert the
Oh, I
fucking,
see.
insert the
You
Futurama bit.
multicast tech.
What's the counter?
Wait, what?
All right,
We'll talk about it later.
For the
I
automated
haven't-
turret, the electronic and security tech check to counter it, like to hack into it and turn it off, is a 17. So I'm gonna set that as the DV for your
Fixing it?
for fixing it. Yeah.
What is he
17?
rolling?
Weapons tech?
Electronics and security tech. Right?
Is it?
I thought that was
thought it
the
was-
tech to hack it. Like, I thought I'm physically fixing it, yeah?
If you're physically fixing it, I would do basic tech, which would be just repairing electronics and stuff like that.
No, weapons tech, that's plus 2
No,
higher.
I can't help you with that. Sorry. I mean, I couldn't really help you with this.
For
but if you were
basic,
gonna-
I rolled a 1. That's a -3. I rolled a 1 and then a 10 on the second die.
I like to think most of it's the psychological stress when you realize Dallas had been working on this for days and you look at it and don't know what to do with it, and then you're just very angry that. Dallas
I
was
don't know where he left off. I've got to check everything. It's fucking.
Exactly right. Realizes you have to tear it all down because you don't trust Dallas.
He spits dip in here, that motherfucker.
Oh. Yeah, it would be weapons tech. Good job, Joey. Never mind. Disregard
Oh,
that.
bless. As long as you disregard that -3, because even that, it would have been a -1
Yeah,
if we.
I was reading it and I'm like, wait a minute. I was reading the
Oh.
weapons tech. I'm like, wait, that does do it.
Fuck yeah, 23.
23, good job.
Reverse crit.
Hold on a second.
Drones on parade.
Ba, 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 ba. Actually,
I'm just saying,
What am I doing? I'm just gonna Google this shit.
the fucking.
They're both downstairs.
We could probably move
Right now,
them
they're
as
both
we go.
downstairs. Yeah, we can put them wherever, I think.
I
But
was gonna say, could he move one?
Oh, hell yeah.
If we put them upstairs, we have to be careful because if we're going to conduct business up there, a live turret is probably not good for business. Depending on, unless we're selling drugs or running guns, then
what else are we doing?
Could
There's other
you-
things.
Listen, I'm thinking real fancy here. Could we make it come up out of the stage?
I kind of like the idea of having one in the medtech area as like a hey, you shouldn't be back here, or whatever, and then have one up front but concealed, like potted down or something, to where like put a fucking potted plant on it, and then when we activate it, it pops up and is ready.
in the middle of the bar.
Ooh.
Well, no, I'm thinking like upstairs outside, like
Oh.
ready if somebody tries to storm us or something.
Oh, like okay. Like an automated bouncer with bullets.
Mhm.
Yeah, the ring alarm goes off, the turret pops up, the message is sent. Like,
Petition to name the outside turret Fisto.
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 Not Fisto, dude.
Is that like? Is this a
Oh, that's
Futurama
from-
thing?
That's from New Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
I'll
It's a
say-
Assume
robot
the
prostitute you
position.
find.
Fisto and Wacko. I'm just saying.
Dude, what was it doing?
I ain't drunk enough for
Right.
that, y'all. I'm just saying.
All right, so
Oh,
we're
no,
sitting one
that's you
outside
problem,
by the
baby.
door. Where are you sitting the second turret?
The second one they want to go down. Do you want to protect the medtech area? I think that's probably the best choice. Or do you want it
That
to
might
go
be smart.
outside of it so they have to get past it to get in?
Either or, but if it's outside, I think concealed. I know downstairs is our shadier shit, so we can be a little more, a little less discreet. But
It's not that I want a petition to have it in there. It's more like if we put it inside the back area, then we could also store like a lot of our valuables back there or something, and then be like, this is a fallback position in case somebody's chasing us down, and
yeah.
nobody should be in here for any reason. That way, it's not
Could
out in
we-
the open.
So there's like the doorway between the two. Could we mount it like in the ceiling there, where it pops down like a fucking projector?
Oh, that's filthy, actually. It like recognizes
Somebody
us, we run through, and then somebody else comes through and turns into a puddle of goo.
We have a beaded curtain, and if you walk through the beads and it doesn't recognize your DNA, it's just immediately hostile. Like,
Stop, because I'm having too much fun, like customizing our hideout. I could do this for too long, and we need to stop.
I know. I was serious about the question about putting the opaque glass around this VIP looking area. Like, I'm gonna charge people 100 eddies to have private meetings up in there outside of the purview of the security cameras.
That's a great idea. I love it.
Honestly, not bad. I'm about it. Like make it like an elevated platform where it's like 2 feet higher than the rest of the room.
Stop.
Yeah.
I love it.
You get a fancy
feel like I
couch,
could
bottle
probably
service,
drum up
and
a lot of meetings.
Yeah, you-
exactly.
We got lock in though. One turret outside,
You
one
bet.
turret in the hallway downstairs.
All right, all right.
Yeah.
Vestibule downstairs.
Shots?
What a word.
Vegetables.
Vestibule? Don't make fun of me. It's a word.
Vegetable.
Yeah, you have to give me something.
But that ain't how you say it. Vestibule.
Vestibule. I can't. Vestibule?
You that was pretty good. Devin speaks cornbread, so you gotta.
Like festival, but say
Cornbread's my-
festivule, and then say vestibule.
Vestibule. Cornbread's my first
It's-
language.
Vestibule.
If you need more evidence, watch last episode where he talked about mater sandwiches for like 10 minutes or something. I don't know.
Oh my god. I
It was a good
petition to
minute.
name this
It
turret
was a good minute.
vegetable.
Fisto and vestibule. Love it. Well, I'm taking a shot.
I'll have to go get
Don't
one.
knock on my mater sandwiches.
I was serious. I'll fight any one of you and God about tomato sandwiches.
You would.
That's rude. They're being mean to me.
Like,
I
I'm
Well,
gonna-
no, wait,
I'm gonna
wait.
try that
Oh.
mater sandwich.
I had a question. He left.
You went to get a shot, hopefully.
Probably.
And
The way
guess.
this
See,
session's been
exactly
going.
exactly that.
Exactly what I thought of, yeah.
That's
And
funny
guess.
as fuck.
I'm gonna do something off camera. You're not allowed to ask what I'm doing.
Hmm. It's
So we've
GM
got
magic.
tickets, we've got
Sounds
cameras.
like it's a mouthful.
What should we?
Yeah.
I feel like the place is a lot more secure, so there's that.
That was a mouthful, all right?
Until Adam smashes the turrets in without a single hesitation.
But we'll deal 3 whole points of damage to it.
Adam Smasher rolls up and he's like, Fisto, my guy.
Oh, you want to hear him roll up?
Oh god, I
He
love
just
that.
hacks into it, and the turrets turn on us.
Oh.
Is that even possible?
Well, first off, probably. Second off, don't tell him. Don't suggest it.
Only if they can hack into it somehow.
This is like when Davos would say something like, "Not to throw a wrench in our plan, but wouldn't this thing be terrible for us?" And it's like, yes, it would.
I don't think you guys realize
I
doing
don't
that gives
recall
you
that
disadvantage on wisdom saves every time forever. Good luck.
Yeah.
Alright, what did I miss? Are we done slander and mater sandwiches? What's going on?
No.
Just finished.
Wait. Yeah. I think.
Oh.
Does it matter the kind of tomato? Because if you say beefsteak, I'm gonna punch you.
No, you gotta
Ooh,
get those blood red heirlooms, dog. Like,
Preferably it's
Oh,
made
alright.
out of the garden. Doesn't matter the type, just as long as you grew it yourself.
that's
stay warm from the sun.
I miss
Before
my
we
maters.
go back on the rails, I have to ask you. I wanted to ask you before you left. What kind of mayonnaise are you using? What brand? What are we talking about?
Dukes.
Ooh.
Duke's up, baby.
I make my own
I am-
mayo.
No.
You make your own mayo? That is the whitest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Okay, so it's got to be so much better. I don't like ranch, but I'll eat homemade ranch. Anyway, back on rails.
It depends. Sometimes you like that tangy flavor of mayo for certain things. It doesn't have that.
Oh,
It's more of just like this
put more vinegar
slightly
in aioli. Coward.
cream based. Yeah, it's more of an ale.
Nodding in agreement.
Unless you want it to, like we made German mayonnaise for my grandmother with some of our farm fresh eggs, #TM, and it was very tangy because that's how they like their mayonnaise, which is why I prefer Hellman's.
Did I tell you that one time, Devin, that I was too legit at Masseria? We
That you had
decided
to
we were
quit?
gonna. No, I mean that too. Yeah, I mean, that
Too
is why I
legit to
quit.
quit.
But we were gonna make some honey mustard, and how I make honey mustard is I use mayonnaise, and we didn't have the tubs of mayonnaise because we were a pizza restaurant. We never really did, so I never thought to look. So I'm just like, all right. So I just started cracking open a bunch of eggs, and I made some fucking mayonnaise. Somebody came back to check on me, and they were like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm making fucking mayonnaise." And they're like, "We have a tub of mayonnaise," and I'm like, "Since fucking when? you guys let me sit back here for 15 minutes making mayonnaise, and you were watching me do it too." And I'm like, they're just like, "Hey." Anyway, yeah.
The
I
Cyberpunk
downloaded the wrong movie.
Saga is just like going hard.
Okay,
Song?
we got to get back somewhere.
Isn't that the stuff that was leaking out of Dallas?
Get that. So
Oh, God, here we are. Okay. What did I miss? Tell me what I
Mateo
missed.
fingers, big glob, Hellman's. Not the real Dallas. It would be Duke's.
That is the more blue plate.
Yeah, Dukes is my brand. All right, listen.
Okay.
It's the only thing going on my majors, all right? Yeah, we do. All right, so.
Is our home sort of secure? Our home.
Oh yeah, you got
to.
you have defenses set up. Actually, I have a.
CDR machine. Basement, main floor. Main floor.
Main floor.
Yeah, that's
You
a
gotta
party
s-
game.
You gotta fix it, or like if you gotta put the quarters in it. It's gonna be one of our main money makers.
You joke, but honestly, you know what else? You know what really does well in bars? You get one of those fucking boxing games that test your strength. Dudes will get fucking pissed drunk and just try to beat the shit out of this thing to prove, they're tougher than everybody else. One in Athens, $1,000 a week consistently. It's insane. Anyway,
Yeah, they really do.
let's take out this two top. Maybe set that here. Maybe take this four top here. Or is this a dance floor? We can migrate that to the southeast. How should we number our tables? We thinking alphanumeric or just numbers or?
You better stop. I'll do it. We need to chat. We need to chat for this because I'll spend all week in between work.
All right, just for
I
something
think we ought
really
to go
dumb.
with geographical locations.
Just for something really dumb. With your new net architecture that you bought to run your security systems, what is the password that you guys are setting? Because it does set.
What was it in the last campaign? What was our special magic word?
No, it was purple taint or lilac taint. Yeah, you had a couple. Purple
We
taint,
did a
rainbow
few of
taint.
those.
Yeah, because it was
Oh,
the
early
for the-
Cyberpunk?
Well, that for Spelljammer, that
Oh,
was like the word
wait.
for your
Oh,
arcane
Spelljammer,
law.
yeah.
Purple taint, one word, all lowercase. It's that. Sorry, guys.
Love it.
Listen, no. I got an idea.
No, we need
gotta
to
make
add
it.
2 numbers and a special character.
I was about to say it's not complex.
We need to make
Oh,
it
Yeah.
Duke's out for Dallas instead of Dick's out for Harambe. It's Duke's out for Dallas.
Shut the
And then
fuck up.
you replace all the E's with 3's and the A's with ats and put an exclamation point at the end. Super secure.
Super security. There you go.
Duke's out for Dallas.
All right,
I'm gonna top that, put it in chat so you can see it.
that is
I love
a
that.
shirt slogan.
From an
Shirt
outsider's
slogan.
perspective, that's like fists up, but it's mayonnaise up.
If you guys don't know, we have a merch store theoretically, and we need to make some tank tops that say Duke's out for Dallas.
What do I replace
With
the
a
know
can
what?
of mayonnaise and Dallas's head.
Can of mayonnaise. A can? You're
Jar.
a monster.
Whatever.
Back into
Mason
an
jar.
actual can of fucking mayo.
Oh my god.
It oozes out like laminar flow. Like,
I don't say lambda.
That better be going in y'all's session notes. Duke's out for Dallas.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I got
Josh over here already designing a tea. Yeah,
That's my only session note so far.
All right, y'all.
love
Now
that.
that you have your security more or less set up, what's your next move?
Yeah.
drink because in this
Yeah, take a nap.
pack of crazy people.
Yeah, Mateo will pour her a drink at the bar. Oh my god, I really don't know what to do next. I feel like the drone parade's coming up. That's our next mission, quote unquote. But we've got the White Fox and Smasher situations that are going to inevitably bite us in the ass. But I don't know how to proactively stall those.
Well, and we can't go attract too much attention to ourselves, or they could come find us anyway. So we
Like
can't just
burning down Smasher's house. It's already
No, we can't just lay low until Lieutenant Styles gives us a call, unless there's anything else we wanted to do. I know, Ubik, you were working on. Xena doesn't know this, but Devin does. You were working on like helping us become a legitimate business.
Yeah, just I don't even know what still needs to be done. I don't think we could get the paperwork. Like it wasn't needed.
I think yeah, you guys were able to. I can't remember exactly how, but I remember listening to old sessions and finding you guys did do something to secure stuff. So I think all the legal stuff is.
It's because it's in the old combat zone. They don't really have records and stuff, but whatever needed to be done was taken care of. Yeah.
That's right.
So we can just kind of get started. We're not part of a municipality of any kind. Okay.
Well,
The only other thing I could think that I specifically might be able to do is at higher operator levels. I could maybe have a night market organized there. But other than that,
I guess the only other remaining question I would have is, do we have to? This is getting real in the weeds. We have to do anything business license wise to like actually operate here?
I think that was what we had determined.
Do we need a liquor
Because we're-
license?
Because we're not in, an actual civilized part of the city, we don't have to have that stuff.
Mhm.
Which is
And if need be, I think Bakaneko had something where she was like forging documents or getting forged documents or something. Because she went to fancy Arasaka schools, so she has skills in bureaucracy and business apparently.
Yeah, I think hers was bureaucracy. Ubix was forgery. Had really good at that. So
Mateo puts on our wish list that this suit of armor in the corner of the executive room, we eventually have like automated as like a steel guardian or something.
Oh my
Just
god.
saying. I have goals.
It's like a living armor that activates.
Just yeah.
Oh.
Ubix sitting in that fucking corner seat. Somebody pulls out a gun on him. The fucking knight draws a sword, and stabs into them. Like,
unhand me.
That wouldn't honestly like with the tech with like a tech with the tech roll skill and all that kind of stuff. That wouldn't be hard to like modify like a spider drone or something like that. Take it apart and build it up like a humanoid or something. That wouldn't be hard.
we need to get him a
you could just put old Dallas in it.
Yeah, there it is.
Hook it up to life
Oh,
support,
gross.
Darth Vader style.
How much of him is flesh? Real quick.
Dallas comes
Not
back
much
and we got
anymore.
new Dallas
Actually-
tattooed across the knight's shit. Oh, that's nothing.
Actually, that is a good point, Crave. Most of Dallas is flesh. The part that you saw that was mechanical, like the stuff that was bleeding, the white stuff is like a internal processor that he had, like at the base of his spine,
Okay.
which was
gotcha.
covered by his Sandevistan, which is why it wasn't really detectable.
Okay. That helps a lot actually, because in my brain I was like he was more machine than man at that point, but it's just like where he got hit, it sort of blew open like mechanical bits.
Well, he's more of a cyborg clone than a robot, but it's fun. It's fun to say that.
Yeah. Well, for now, let's store cigars inside the knight's chest plate so people can have a built-in humidor. We'll insulate
I
it.
love that.
Do you think we should look into getting Ubik a little glass, like you said, opaque glass for
Yeah,
private meetings?
or maybe
Oh, by the way,
something stronger.
Love that. Put over this
Now
two
you got-
top. Fuck
now
this
you
two
got
top.
Now you got the fucking area clear.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah,
Love this.
buddy.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
See you later.
All right, if Adam Smasher comes, we challenge him to a dance-off. Maybe with his Ulversona, we can fucking get him to lower his guard.
Ooh, mama.
So
I want to see the res on that thing.
I'm thinking like some bulletproof, like plexi something around it instead. That's like,
Ooh.
opaque.
Yeah.
One way?
'Cause-
One-way glass instead of opaque glass?
Ooh, that'd be
Ooh.
nasty.
Double,
Okay,
double.
we're stretching you a little bit, Ben. Sorry.
There you go.
We're also like so far off of what's important.
about to say, we
I don't
have
care
to do-
anymore.
We don't have to do this today. Ben can
No,
take
I'll
a
can-
price
the
our
fucking-
one-way glass.
The thumbnail for this is gonna be the fucking Property Brothers, like standing
Just-
behind.
I want to show up to session next week and be like, we have a thriving business. Everyone's making money. There's a bartender. We don't even know how they got there.
Like you were gonna save the world, but we got payroll to deal with, and
Insurance is a bitch. Like,
Oh, this is where I plug Traveler because that works great for Traveler campaigns. Y'all want to run goods around the galaxy and manage life-crippling mortgage payments? for your ship.
Shut up, Han Solo.
You lost me at mortgage.
It's for the ship. It's like a loan for the ship you'd be piloting.
I
You
was
guys
really-
can afford mortgages?
I was really gonna dump that shit on you in this game, but you guys decided to squat in a vampire
Squat.
lair, and so I'm like, all right, fuck it. Like,
What is it? In Night City, you keep what you kill.
yeah, right.
All right, just spitballing here, but what if there was a trap door in this meeting room where I could escape if necessary?
Ooh,
Shoot.
into a permanently vacant chair just below? Yes.
I was gonna say the med tech lab, the med lab tech. area.
Fucking
Yeah.
Emperor's New Groove style, like through a series of chutes and channels, pop into the lab.
Straight into the cryo
Press the lever,
chamber.
Craig.
All right.
Beat me to
So
it.
you guys have a couple. Well, I mean, you just have the one Arasaka assassin, and then
Mhm.
a living tank that appears to work for Arasaka now. On top of a rogue AI that's raising hell across the city. You got Black Mass pretty secure now. Or at least you feel good about it, at least. So,
At least be warned if we're assaulted.
Hmm.
Xena wants to lay low, mostly lay low for like until they get the call. I don't know how, I'm struggling with how she would do this. She wants to know, the reason she's hanging out with everybody, she wants to know what happened to Dallas. It's like her, she's like, what the fuck happened to him? I don't know how she would go about trying to figure that out. So I'm gonna say that she spends the week like trying to surf the internet for stuff about Project Axolotl because she just doesn't know any better. So that's what she does.
I mean, we talked to her
There's no
a bit
internet.
about how it happened, yeah.
Shit. Oh shit. So what?
Didn't we talk about that he died in the fucking sewers and was a partially
She's-
robot man?
And I failed to like say this as her, and I meant to when she first met y'all. She's mostly hanging out with y'all because she wants to know who made him this way, and so she's under the impression y'all are gonna figure it out. That's why she's hanging around. So that's what she spends her week doing, is trying to dig into Axolotl. But that's not her bag at all. So I'm just gonna like RP that she does a very bad job at it.
actually, give me a library search check.
Oh.
Just for funsies.
Yeah.
I guess she would look through. Like, we just took a bunch of files and stuff from what's his name, from Adam Alpha. So that's what she looks through. She's like, can I find anything about
there you go.
Axolotl in here? You said library. I'll get there one day. One day. Oh, I had to unhide zeros to find that. 10.
10. With a 10, you do find a few documents with like a Militech letterhead that has Project Axolotl visible, but almost everything else is just redacted.
Jesus fucking.
Like heavy black strikes. Like it's just, oh yeah.
It's fucking stupid.
So like
She
he's
doesn't have
looking
a
into
drink from the bar.
he was looking into Axolotl, but doesn't seem like he got any information either, or at least from these documents.
Okay.
If Xena decides to pop her agent up and kind of like Google it, kind of thing, she just gets pictures of salamanders and aquariums.
Yeah, I forgot there's no internet or that, so she doesn't want to leave because they're trying to lay low, so she will just stick to looking through those documents. I like to think when she realizes she can't read any of the blacked out stuff, she walks behind the bar instead of waiting for Mateo to get her a drink and just like grabs a bottle, and we'll spend the rest of her time laying low, sulking with a bottle.
How long until the drone parade, theoretically?
Theoretically, you guys have about 2 days left.
Okay. I don't think I would get into
Meaning-
much either then.
Meaning Styles will probably call you tomorrow.
Yeah. I'd probably just spend a day recouping.
Oh shit.
Besides turrets, I can't think of anything to twerk on.
There you are. You know, I still look for the Dallas icon on Discord, Devin.
Ah.
I'm just like trying to open Spotify again.
Fix that soon.
Poor
Alright.
baby.
Around this time, Nico will kind of excuse himself and like slip through an air vent and go outside. And he will give Dallas a call. Since, as you guys may remember, Dallas has been laying low with Nico, doing some investigations into himself. Nico will get a hold of Dallas and be like, "Hey, there's this broad shoulders Chicano woman in the building looking for you." And they got yeah, right. He's like the crew got some documents from Adam Smasher himself, it turns out. And it seems like the Borg god himself was also looking into Axolotl.
So, and I wish I had prepared the picture you sent me. Dallas is probably currently in a storage unit filled to the rim with shit, but has like a computer desk and several. I think Ben may be looking for the picture. You should put it in chat because it's funny. He's holed up in this storage unit that has a big computer in it. And like when he mentions Xena, Dallas, just this vague look of fear for about half a second before he says, fuck. Wasn't quite expecting that. Shit. Smasher too? So they looking into this shit, and Smasher looking into this shit, and they took shit from Smasher.
It doesn't seem like they knew at the time it was Smasher, but damage was done. They made themselves known.
Well, okay.
This is what Nico's setup looks like.
I'll put this.
Wait, hold on.
I'll put this for stream to see it too. I loved it. I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I expected. Dallas looks mildly distressed. Okay, so he'll tell Nico, it sounds like they've got the self so deep into shit. There's no point in keeping it from them anymore. Don't give them my name. I don't trust any digital communication. You're familiar with my handle? My new handle?
It's the zombie, if I'm correct.
Oh no.
Yeah,
So
I specifically looked for setups that I knew would make Devin the most stressed.
I love it. I would die. It would kill me.
The closer you look, the worse it gets.
It's so good. And it hurts Dallas too to have to work at it, but you said that and I was like, it's great. That's what Dallas is, having this conversation.
Yeah, Nico will kind of talk to Dallas, and he'll be like, "Yeah, it seems like the plot has certainly thickened."
Well, that's fucking great.
Also appears that Smasher himself might be working for Saga as well. And then the crew also encountered an Arasaka assassin, so it seems that Saga is after the same thing you are.
Sokka's after the same thing that I am. Oh boy. Well, ain't that great? That just makes everything rosy fucking posy. You know what? Just don't tell him. Don't tell him anything. I'll find them. You know where they gonna be headed?
Well, they're at the Black Mess right now. I haven't heard any. They're planning on their next move, but I don't know if they've decided anything for sure yet.
He don't want to say that out loud. Sorry, he's going through a certain thought process at this moment. I don't want to potentially lead anyone back there. I can't be certain I'm not being. Alright. Don't tell him anything. I'll go to them.
Very well.
Dallas
Nika goes back. Nika will go back inside and hop back on the bar counter.